for Apex Legends 2026 because a lot of people need this. So I'm gonna do it as fast as possible, like on mouse and keyboard and controller. So mouse here, and yeah, so this is like the event that triggered this because like people really do need the Apex. I'd like to get into Apex. Like the default stuff is just not good enough. So and here we're gonna check out why.
Definitely good.
Yo, Fade, can you give me like a debriefing of like how to do stuff? Like,
Yeah. Okay, if I'm down here, how are you coming down? You're riding it down like a firefighter. Okay.
okay, good or bad? Wait, why are you laughing?
That wasn't too good. You can drop.
Definitely.
Yeah, there you wanna just walk off like he did, drop, and like when you get to the bottom, just crouch and I put it here. Fuck. I put it here. Just crouch, interact and crouch again. So that way, if you interact and jump, you're gonna hit your head on the top of the ceiling more likely than not, unless you get really good timing and you're not on the bottom floor. But do it with crouch and you'll go low. And then here's the next clip. This one was really funny.
How hard could Apex actually be? Honestly, how hard could Apex actually be?
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Start.
Fade vs.
Jinxie now, right
Jinxie,
side. Jinxie now moving up.
With nice
Wait.
week.
Shot a fade here.
Crazy commentator, by the way.
Jinxie's
Nice
in.
week.
Nope. Tap straight super glide and Jinxie. Oh, has no idea. Jinxie needs a map. Call up Dora.
Fade tap strafing, playing with his
Jinxie
food.
has no idea where he is. He might be back in
Jiggle
Fortnite.
peeking.
And he gets a fucking back shot.
Punching him or
Belt
kicking
to
him.
ass, kick the butt.
Tap straight
Jinxie
in, getting the
spray
first
out,
again.
nothing to hit.
Putting
Jump
the ult
pad
down.
down.
Commentary is this.
He has no idea what's going on. Where is he?
Is this fucking Spider-Man? Holy.
Jinxie straight up in the air. Don't know what the shot
Peter
is.
Peter.
Jinxie does go down to
No, I'm going
4 and
against
0.
Peter Parker, bro. Like,
Peter
what the
Parker.
actual fuck?
That is good.
All right, what is
All right, that is
This is
Forge,
God
you know,
vs
Forge.
Mortals
the
here.
speed?
Fade.
Okay, this is like the speed of R6 times 1,000. This is the fastest
yeah.
paced game I've ever played in my life.
Oh yeah, dude, it's pretty.
I'm pretty sure
it
you
gets
actually have to be on like coke to play this at a high level. Brother, what? There's like something happening every millisecond.
yeah, that's a yes.
No, we're not going to watch the rest of that. You can go and see for yourself if you want. Hypermist is a pillar of the community for Apex information. Let's get into the NSFW stuff. Not safe for work. But yeah, you do kind of have to be on cocaine for this game because it's like really elitist. But yeah, I mean, I'm not. I'm just pure food, sports, water, and protein. I gave up caffeine a long time ago. I don't like the downsides to it. The drops. So basically, when you get into Apex, don't go through the tutorial. Drop it if you can. I mean, if you've made your account the first time, you kind of have to go through it. So just do it as quick as you can, and then go back into firing range. That's my recommendation. Make sure you get your right server. Get your right server. For me, it's the one with the best ping. Sometimes as you go to EU, like if it's too try hard here, or if there's a problem with my server, sometimes games are easier somewhere else, or there's less cheaters, whatever, because there are quite a lot of cheaters in this game. But that's another topic. So get in here. You're going to choose your game mode, bottom left. You're going to go firing range. Not today. Oh shit, that's friend request. I thought it wasn't in my bed. There we go. So do this twice. Like, don't go because it starts on like this. If you go wham bam and straight up ready, if you do it too quick, it will throw you into a game because it hasn't had time to register. Like, this has been a bug for a long time, so I do it multiple times. And then I go in. You can pre-choose your character here if you want before you get into the firing range. Okay. I'm going to do the first one on controller, and then I'll do a little bit on mouse and keyboard. Because I know most players are controller, but there are a lot of mouse and keyboards who also don't know what they're doing. Right. This quick. So I'm on controller now. So first thing you really want to do is your settings, because like if your settings are bad, like you can't turn, shoot, use your abilities the way you want. So I just open up settings, go to controller, and the first thing that you really want to do is find your sensitivity. Quick guide on it. This is your cursor, so this is the speed, so you can like customize that, so you can like hit everything easily. Few settings in here. Remove the trigger thing. this will be preference. I mean, aim. Most people will always hold. Crouch, interact. This is a silly thing about roller, is that you have interact and reload on the same button. It's a bit annoying, but that's how roller is, because there's not enough buttons. Find your sense here. I use custom sense, so otherwise it would look like that. And then you could like choose per optics here, because I always use per optics. But my way is per optics on. I find my dead zones. I don't use any dead zone here. I put on the minimum because I don't want delay. Same for response curve. If I push and I haven't hit the response curve because it's like that, the curve, it doesn't activate, then it starts activating. I'm not about that life. It's instantaneous inputs, and this is just the outside input of the stick. So this doesn't exist anymore, and this is now the new value. And I'm going to show you how to find that. So little wall bounce, little fatigue wall bounce, hold down, get there quicker. You pick up 2 weapons.
Like a rat in a trap.
I mean, probably to start off, you want to be good with. I would recommend shotguns, SMGs, and assault rifles. I wouldn't recommend anything else until you get to know the game real good. I wouldn't recommend like marksman rifles or snipers. Snipers are over there. I'm gonna do this in the same part. So to find your hip fire, you want a good balance of your hip fire here and like you're taking in information like when you're turning in the real world, because like it's the same sense. It's the same sense that it'd be on this or that'd be on mouse and keyboard. So once you've found that, then you can move on to doing your per optics. Do your per optics. So this is without aiming. This is hip fire. All this, I remove this because it's just inconsistencies. And this is your aim. Same thing, inconsistencies. Aim assist on and melee aim assist. I turn this off sometimes because like sometimes it's too slow, but I'll put it back on for a moment. And per optics are here. So once you've found this is going to be like the foundation for everything because it's your stick. It's literally your stick. You find that first, then we're into here. Now I have custom ones that I've made over like years, so I'm going to input them now. Because basically in this game, if you put millimetric values, it will go back to the closest decimal. So if I restart the game here, this isn't saved anymore. It's going to go back to 1. If it was 1.06, it would go back to 1.1. So you have to like do this every time you boot up the game. Same on controller, same on mouse and keyboard. I think it's something they should update, but maybe they're not aware of it. Because it's pixel aiming. I call it pixel aiming. That's what it is. Right, so now I have a more comfortable. That's ×1. Ah, this is interesting. Before the beginning of this season, they broke inputs, so you can't like interact and turn around. Like you see, I'm interacting and I'm trying to take this weapon. I can't do it. Like if I was to do it now on mouse and keyboard, I can do it. You see, and you could do that before on controller, but they nerfed it so much because they've been trying to like remove cheaters and stuff that it's a real problem. It is a real problem, but that's the game we have now. That's the state of affairs right now. ×3. And the aim of using per optics in a game is to basically have the same muscle memory. If you have the same muscle memory with every single scope, you don't have to like learn multiples. Because if I was to put this, like say I had all my aim on 1, so I'm using a ×3 now. If I had that on 1, I literally can't shoot anymore. I can't turn this in time. I can't get to the target in time. I'm off the target. I can't drag it there in time. Because it's not my natural speed. It's not my natural speed when I'm pressing the thumb, like the thumbstick. So that's something. Same for this cursor. Like it's the same thing. You want to fine tune that. And now this is the value I found where I can do stuff. Now I'm going to talk about movement, like basic movement. So basic movement is wall bouncing. So you can like wall bounce. That's a fatigue bounce. You got your strafe, That's not even strafe, it's what they call it. It's like the fake super jump. I don't know what they call it now. It's like when you interact on the jump timing here. I've turned it on off in settings. So back to settings. This is the most important setting in the game. Taking damage, closes the box and crafting menu, because if you have this on, when you kill somebody, knock them, you execute them, you make a death box, you loot the death box, and you go for the shield swap. You don't like start healing. You don't have time for that. You get your reward from knocking somebody. You execute them. I mean, you can interact in the air if you're on MnK. Like you can just like interact and take it, move. Because on mouse and keyboard, you can move on the death box. Like, you can go anywhere you want, do whatever you want, loot while you're in it. You can go behind cover up to a certain point until you're too far. But on controller, you kind of have to jump and interact, and it's really hard now with the delay as well. So you have to like look at it, keep your cursor centered, like the center of your screen. Look at it, jump to a side, and take what you can quick, and then get out of it again. This is really advanced movement, but I want to keep it short because otherwise this guide's going to take too long. So like, there's too much to learn in Apex. Like, I can do like individual guides, and there's a million on the internet anyway. But let's go with a super jump, which is interacting and then jumping 2 times really fast, and it will look like this. So you can get to a height. And before you could do it so quick that you can interact multiple times and spin on the thing, but again, roller delay problems. So that's that. That's a super jump. You want to do combos, make yourself hard to hit. You change weapon. You fatigue wall bounce. You do stuff. You jiggle peek. You shoot here. You shoot here. You take cover. You shoot here. You take cover. Especially if you have a shotgun. So that's about it for controller. Controllers with shotgun. Controllers with shotgun. This is going to be practice, but this is going to be a fatigue wall bounce combo into shot. So that's fatigue wall bounce into a shot. If I was to do that the normal way, so I pull out a shotgun and I climb, I can't shoot. I can't shoot because I need to like climb this manually, then I need to mantle, and then I can shoot. This is why this is really important that you do it this way. That's the pro way. The Jinxie video that we just watched, I'm going to try and do this with a delay on controller. So Fade was talking about when you go down, like how do you go down? Like Jinxie went down like this. He just interacted from the top and looked down. I mean, I must have looked up there because like I went up, which looked really, really, really bad, but never mind. And now I can't do anything. This is fantastic content right here. Right, so he probably looked down, interacted, yeah. Because you look down, you're going to go down, and just went down like that. You're going to get killed if you do that. Like, they're going to shoot you off the zip line. No, you're dead. You just drop, and then you interact and crouch, so you go down. You can do the same thing with interact and jump if there's nothing above your head, because you'll go a bit higher if you jump instead of crouching. So it will be like interact jump. You see, I'm higher, I don't know if I've gone further. But in buildings, like the one where Fade was, his main building, like that's his building. The best player in the world, literally. Lionel Messi of Apex. Like, you go down, you interact and crouch. That's the way to do that. And another thing in Apex, you're going to have a lot of decor around you in the scenarios you get on various maps, and they're going to allow you to do things like fatigue wall bouncing up here, and you don't need to climb. You don't need to climb. You can do it with your gun out, so if there's somebody waiting for you up there, you can shoot them. Like, whatever gun you have, you can always do that. And I'm just going to re-explain the fatigue wall bounce quick, because like it's not the easiest thing to do in the world. It's basically when you jump, if you jump multiple times, you get tired. Like, you can't jump as high. So now your fatigue is basically activated. Fatigue means like tiredness in English. And then the next time that you wall bounce, you can do this continuously as long as you jump, as long as you keep your fatigue, by the way. And the best place to practice this, in my opinion, is going to be this spot here. Because once it looks really good, you're going to just keep bouncing in between the walls, like this. You're turning around, you're pulling backwards. So you're hitting the wall, you're doing your normal bounce, but you're keeping your fatigue every time. I think you keep it for about 0.5 seconds, I'd say. And you just keep doing this. You see there, I have to jump in the middle, because if I don't jump here, I'm going to run out of fatigue. And the next time I wall bounce, like, it's not going to be as powerful, or it'll just fail. It will fail. Quick differences on mouse and keyboard. Mouse sensitivity. This is your base sensitivity for everything. It's like the control. It's like the stick on controller, the dead zone and all that. So this is the speed that I turn in the world and that I do my hip fire with. It is the same sense. It is all based on this. If you have good foundations, a good base here, like everything will be fine. If I was to put this to 1, which is probably on by default, it's like too slow. I can't do stuff now. I can't look behind me in time. It's dead. And again, to find that, you just want to like sit here, put good settings on the robot. Oh, by the way, hang on. For controller, new setting that I found. If you go to set up your firing range, you have this setting called dummy highlights. Now I have found that because this makes them bigger, it increases aim assist, which means there's more surface for your aim assist to proc. So when you go in a real game, it's going to feel different because you don't have that anymore. So I would recommend turning this off every time, and it actually does put itself back on every time you boot up the game, so you have to do that manually. So you have to think about that. That's another bug that Respawn really need to fix. Respawn EA Apex Server takes care of the game now. Right, dummy spawning, yeah, that's fine. I just put close for now. You can use whatever ranges that you need for your practice. I put standing, I put strafe on random. Put the shield to a maximum because the more HP that you can shred, the easier. Like the less they have in game, the easier it will be. Move speed, I put random speed. You put random speed. If you put consistent speed, like it's too brain dead. You know, like it's too linear. Oh, he's going right, he's going left, he's going right. It's like Apex is not like that because they're going to strafe. They're going to strafe one way, strop one way. You want longer, shorter the other way. Like the lower HP he gets, he tries to dodge bullets. And another thing you can do as a simulation, like most players never use this, they just go in game and practice, is that you can turn on shooting. So it'll make it a simulation where they want full combat. The shooting, I think, just keeps them immobile. So they're going to spawn now, and they're going to run around like this. So you can do this in firing range. It's a bit annoying. I'd practice shield swapping here. I can't even shield swap. There we go. That's basically what you want to do, because they do like burst your HP. Get me out, get me out, get me out. How do I stop this? Some firing range settings. I'm gonna die. There we go. Alright. Another thing, when you've lost your HP, you can choose another character and it will give you it all back. It will reset you. What can I do now? Characters. You got 5 classes. Assault, skirmisher, recon, support, and controller. I would recommend, if you're learning the game, to play these 3. This is information. This is more bullets, more grenades, and like if you crack somebody, you get faster handling, so reloading and movement speed towards them for a few seconds. Also, when you put away your weapons, they reload themselves, like when you holster your weapon. Very important thing, like when you're moving in the world of Apex, you always want to holster your weapons. If you're running like this, like you lose so much movement speed. Like you should never be running with your gun unless you're fighting, unless you feel like someone's going to be in front of you, or you're reloading. And if you have gold mags on most of the guns, even the legendary ones, except for the crab doesn't work unless you have assault, that's it. And you should always holster your, like, you want to do the fade slide, really, when you're running around. So somebody's coming up there, which is like, put away your gun, you get your full speed, and then you slide, pull out your gun, and shoot. That's going to be the best way to engage in this game. You do what you need to, you come in, you do your movement, you put out your gun at the last moment, and you shoot. You put it away if you're escaping. Don't like start healing or start reloading and running to escape. You're going to die because you're going to lose all your move speed. That's that. Okay. Back to the mouse and keyboard value. So things that mouse and keyboard can do. that controller can't. This is the biggest one. You can loot, take your shield swap, and move around. Same thing. I don't know what my button is to open the map, but if you open the map, you can't open the map, I think, in this game mode. Probably can't. You can do it like this. I'm in the inventory now, and I can like move around and still do stuff. And I can still like drop things. I can like change things around, equip them, re-equip them. You can do this with a map as well. If you're on controller, you can't do that. Like, if you have auto sprint, you can auto sprint until you hit something, then it'll stop the auto sprint and it'll be immobile, like dead. So that's I'm gonna call it a payoff. But I think like all input should be able to do that. Tap strafing, really important. You can redirect your momentum. I'm not very good at it because I'm learning mouse and keyboard, but it's where you bind your forward input, the second input, to scroll wheel up, and most players do the scroll wheel down to jump. Some very rare, I've never really seen it, but like in Fortnite they would put it on interact scroll wheel so they could like loot really fast on something. They could just like scroll wheel and pick everything up. Like say for this, they just like pick all that up and scroll wheel, like bam 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 bam. But I recommend learning tap strafing as quick as possible, because basically on mouse and keyboard, like your momentum is instantaneous. Like when you're in the air, you can come backwards. Like if I want to wall bounce, I do this. I can't wall bounce anymore because like I've stopped my momentum just by the directional keys. That's something to learn. But tap strafing is, yeah, basically you go in a direction, you scroll wheel once you have your momentum, and you change direction like suddenly. As I say, I'm not very good at it. I'd have to have somebody give you a guide. But just watch Fade, like he does it all the time. Same thing, because I binded jump to scroll wheel down. Like if I continuously jump, you can do the super jump that I showed earlier. So you're going to interact. By the way, if you run off this, your feet are not going to be hitting the ground, so you won't be able to like do it, or it'll be worse if you mess up the timing. Your feet want to touch the ground. You just interact and scroll up, and then you can even add a tap strafe for that after. But yeah, I'm not good at doing it. And yeah, there you go. You can completely change direction. Mouse and keyboard is the complete apex. It has everything. It can do everything plus more that Roller can't. And Roller just has aim assist as a backup and less binds. Like on controller, if you have to heal, you have to select your heal manually and put it on. On mouse and keyboard, you could bind a keybind to any of the heals. Use medkit, use syringe, you could do it instantaneously on any keybind. Another advantage that MnK have over controller. Same principle for the aim, by the way. That is wrong here. There we go. Once you've found your hip fire and you're happy with it, like you can take information and you hit all your shots basically on your hip fire. Then it will be practice, muscle memory, of course. Then you go on to the same thing and you do your per optics. Again, this is mouse and keyboard per optics. I don't know what mine are anymore because I mean I probably have a screenshot somewhere. I'm looking now. Yeah, I have a vague screenshot here. It's not up to date, I think, because I've changed this since. That changes everything else, but it'll be close. Like this one says 1.36 for some reason. It's probably not that. Try. Same principle again. And here you only have one sense again. Like on mouse and keyboard, it's your hipfire sense, and then it's your per optics. It's not like on controller where you have your hipfire sense, which is going to be this plus this. And then you're going to have this as your base default aim, how fast it turns, left and right. And then the other one's going to be how sensitive it is when you're pushing the stick. It's a difference between how fast it turns and how sensitive the stick is. These are two different things. So you'll have to find your own values here. Right, this video has probably gone on long enough. I have no idea how much I'm at. But that is the basic gist of it. Once you're done with all that settings, you've got used to what you're doing, you know what the characters do. I'm not going to explain that because it's way too long. The way you want to do that is you want to go into Wiki Apex, find the, I think it's this one, the GG one, yeah. And you're gonna go into Legends, and they'll all be here. And you're gonna have, like, take my legend for example, Ash. You can see exactly what they do here. You get a bit of lore as well. You can see the cooldowns, exactly what it is. It does a bit of interactions, a few tips. Cooldowns again on the timing. Tips again. Sometimes don't know. Same thing for Ultimate. And this is really important in any game, really. You want to know exactly what every character does. Apex Legends is kind of lenient with that because there's not many legends. I think there's only about 27 now, 26, 27, something like that. It's not like Overwatch or League of Legends, because League of Legends, like, you're going to 200 and Overwatch is like, I don't know, 70. So you do have that advantage, so there's a bit less to learn. So what is it? You get 1 Q, 1 ultimate, 1 passive for about 26 champions. And I suppose you have the perks as well, which influence the play styles a bit. So that's how you would do that. So yeah, if you want to see me play or do more of these guides or whatever, interact with me. Oh look, there's my live stream. XD. There's my live stream. That's my stream here, 499 FPS Predator. I'm going to change that to False 9 when I can. False 9. And I'll post this on YouTube as well. And I'll post that here. These are really old videos, by the way. Most of them are probably terrible. But these are memories, and I'm proud of most of them. And I'll sort this all out. Anyway, I hope this really helps you, because I know a lot of you need it. I see a lot of people like really not having the right reflexes in the game, like putting away their weapon to move faster, doing fatigue wall bounces, tap strafes in the right timing. Like, there's a lot to learn on Apex, but it's worth it. To be honest, it is worth it. No other game is going to give you this level of detail, like, and satisfaction when you get good at it. Like, literally no other. League of Legends, I mean, it's a completely different game. We're not talking about a battle royale anymore, but there is more clicks per second. So if you have like that ADHD brain, then League of Legends is really good for that as well. But it is a completely dynamic game. It's not like a FPS. Right, that was me. Out.